figure out a workaround. If your goal is important enough, solve it. Like, I can't figure out a better way to say it. You can mope all you want, but just damn well get it done. Because the world doesn't care how you feel, what the day is, what the weather's like. It just cares whether you did it or not. At least your goal only cares whether you did it or not. So, current goal I've got is training for my New Year's Eve marathon that I just do with a few friends just for banter. This is our 3rd year, and I'm definitely in the least fit shape, starting shape for this that I've ever been in. And went out for a run yesterday, day before yesterday. It was really good. Did better than I was expecting, but had a bit of a pain throughout the run in my ankle. But it didn't feel like one that was going to pop or be an actual injury. Anyway, skipped to the next, or later that day, started limping. Next day, it was like, oh, this is still not great. Now, the day after, it's feeling much better, still a slight limp, but I was like, I'm not going to run on it because that's stupid. But still need to get in some form of training because I don't have long left until New Year's Eve. Like, we've got, every day counts, right? So got my bike out for the 2nd time since my Ironman like 3 years ago. Is that right? 2 and a bit years ago? Anyway, 2.5 years ago. Ish. And bloody well hurt my neck, which is why I'm sat in bed like a complete invalid. I'm meant to be on a sales call right now, but I can't sit up right. I needed some help even getting here. But I did it. I got the work done today. And so I've made that step towards the progress. And like, was it worth it long term? We'll see. We don't know. But I can tell you I'm one step closer to where I need to be for New Year's Eve, for it not to be absolutely atrocious. And it probably is going to be, but we need to do more of these. So even if you're hurting, even if you're injured, even if your stuff is broken, figure out a way. Find a solution. Don't accept no, right? I was thinking, like, what else could I do? I was like, I could go for a swim. I don't know, I could go and sit on an erg in the gym. Like, that would suck. And I basically picked the least worst case, which was get on my bike and see how it went. And it didn't pan out. And you will learn trade-offs don't pan out all the time. But making those decisions alone flexes a muscle. And I don't know how accurate this is, but I was speaking with a friend of mine on this holiday we were just on, and he was talking about your mid-cingulate cortex. That's what he called it. And I don't know if this is right, I haven't looked into it myself, but the notion I still believe in that there is a region in the brain which physically grows when you do hard things, and it makes doing hard things easier. And I can tell you, have been in a much worse state and I am still in, if you're rating it from 0 to 100 and your average is 50, I'm at like 20% right now of my willingness to do hard things. But a month ago I was at 0, like the worst I'd ever been. Didn't want to do anything hard, just wanted a comfortable life. But I'd say my usual tolerance is like 70 to 80% willing to do hard things. Like, I will go and search for hard things to do just because they're hard. Because then I know whatever issues come up, like, it's just not going to be as hard as the thing you've done. And it's a biological function, so I'm told, where you get better at dealing with hard things and being willing to do hard things. So this was one of those days where we had to stress that muscle, make it bigger and try. And I can share with you, whilst I was training for my Ironman just under 3 years ago, there were so many training sessions where you feel beat up, you're hurting, borderline crying, and you're out there still having to do it. And it's in those moments I remember shouting to myself, this is where you are tempered into an Ironman. Not those exact words, but essentially saying, like, if you can't endure this, you don't deserve to be an Ironman. You don't deserve to finish that race, to be the person you want to be. this is where an Ironman is made. I think that was the quote that I would say, like, this is where an Ironman is made. Is in those tough moments where your lungs are screaming out and you've got pain throbbing so much and you're staring down the beast regardless. Just not willing to back down. That's when an Ironman is made. So yeah, whether it's business, whether it's a physical achievement, whether it's anything in life, bloody well find a way. Even if it leaves you a little bit like this for a day or two. There is always a caveat here of no single race, in my opinion, is worth, 6 months or a year in a wheelchair because you pushed through something which was genuinely pain. But the more you experience hard things, the more you realise what is actually bad and what just feels bad. They're two very, very different things. They can feel, the intensity of the pain can be just the same, but one of them is going to be long lasting and going to leave you with an injury for, months, and the other one won't. And if it won't, bloody put up with it. One of my friends at uni was going to run a marathon. He hurt his knee a few weeks out, ended up running anyway, and an hour into his race, did the same injury again, was in tears for the next 4, completed it anyway, and then spent the next 7 months in a knee brace with crutches. And that race, not worth it. That injury, not worth it. Call it a day and try again. But, if it's an Olympic final and you're about to be a gold medalist, damn right that's worth it. Right? The majority of the case, it's not worth pushing through genuine pain that's going to debilitate you. But I think it's so rare that we need to flex the muscle of, I'm going to push myself through this anyway. So there you go. Find a way. Deserve to be an Ironman. Peace.